For 5,000 years, humanity has worshipped one metal above all others. We fought wars over it, built empires on it, buried it in vaults, and worn it on our bodies. We call it the ultimate store of value. It's a safe haven, the asset that never loses its worth. But what if I told you that gold, the thing your grandfather called, money, is actually one of the most overrated assets in human history? What if the very properties we've been taught make gold valuable are the exact reasons it's becoming obsolete? And what if a digital asset created by an anonymous programmer in 2008 has already surpassed gold in almost every measurable way except one thing: your belief? This is the story of how humanity fell in love with a shiny rock for 5,000 years, and why the greatest store of value in history might actually be lines of code. Let's start with a question nobody asks. Why is gold valuable? The standard answers sound reasonable. It's scarce. It's been money for thousands of years. It doesn't rust. But here's the uncomfortable truth. None of those reasons actually make gold valuable. Let me explain. Scarcity. Lots of things are scarce. Specific series of Picasso paintings is scarce, but that doesn't make them good money. Scarcity alone is meaningless. What matters is verifiable scarcity combined with demand. Historical precedent. For most of human history, we also thought the sun revolved around the earth. Historical precedent doesn't equal correctness. Doesn't decay, neither does platinum or titanium or hundreds of other elements. Yet we don't use them as money. Governments hold it. Governments also hold massive stockpiles of grain and oil. That doesn't make them the best store of value. So why gold? The answer is simpler and more accidental than you think. Around 3000 BCE, ancient civilizations needed something to use as money because barter was just too inefficient. You can't split a cow to buy bread. Gold had a few things going for it. It was shiny, easy to work with, and rare enough to be special, but not impossibly rare. But most importantly, it won the cultural lottery. The Egyptians worshipped it, the Romans minted coins from it, and kings hoarded it. Once everyone agreed gold was valuable, it became a self-fulfilling prophecy. But here's what they do and tell you in economics textbooks. Gold's reign as money already ended, twice. First, 1933, when FDR made it illegal for Americans to own gold. Second, in 1971, when President Nixon completely severed the dollar's connection to gold. Since 1971, gold hasn't been money. It's been a speculative commodity that we pretend is money because of 5,000 years of cultural momentum. But cultural momentum isn't logic. And now, for the first time in history, we have an alternative that beats gold at its own game. October 31st, 2008. The global financial system is collapsing. Lehman Brothers just went bankrupt, and governments are printing trillions to bail out banks. And on an obscure cryptography mailing list, someone using the name Satoshi Nakamoto publishes a 9-page white paper, Bitcoin, a peer-to-peer electronic cash system. Almost nobody noticed. A few nerds read it, and most dismissed it. But buried in that paper was a revolutionary solution to the double spend problem. If money is digital, what stops you from copying it infinitely? For years, the only solution was central authorities, banks, and governments acting as middlemen. Satoshi did something nobody thought possible. He eliminated the middleman entirely. Bitcoin uses a decentralized network of computers to verify transactions. No bank, no government, no central authority. And here's the genius part. Bitcoin's supply is mathematically capped at 21 million coins. Forever. Not 21 million, unless we change our minds. Not 21 million. But governments can print more in emergencies. 21 million. Period. Hard-coded into the protocol. This was the birth of absolute scarcity in the digital realm. Gold is scarce, but we keep finding more of it. We're even planning to mine asteroids for gold. Bitcoin? There will only ever be 21 million. And unlike gold, you can verify Bitcoin's scarcity yourself right now, in real time. Just run a node. Can you verify how much gold exists in the world? Can you audit Fort Knox? No, you have to trust third parties. With Bitcoin, trust is replaced by math. Let's compare them across the key properties of money. Durability. Gold lasts forever. Bitcoin exists as information on a distributed network. As long as the internet exists, Bitcoin exists. It's a tie. Portability. Gold is heavy. Moving $1 million in gold requires armed trucks. You can carry $1 billion in Bitcoin in your head by memorizing 12 words. Bitcoin wins. Divisibility. Try buying coffee with gold shavings. Bitcoin is divisible to 8 decimal places, so you can send tiny fractions of a cent. Bitcoin wins again. Uniformity. Every gold bar has to be tested and verified for purity. Every Bitcoin is identical and mathematically verifiable. It's impossible to counterfeit. Bitcoin wins. Scarcity. We keep mining more gold, adding about 2 to 3% to the supply each year. Bitcoin's supply is fixed at 21 million. Bitcoin wins. Acceptability. Gold has 5,000 years of history. It's recognized globally. Bitcoin is only 15 years old. Gold wins. For now. Censorship resistance. Gold can be confiscated, can be seized at borders. Bitcoin cannot be confiscated if you properly secure it. You can cross borders with it invisibly. Bitcoin wins. And one more for the 21st century. Verifiability. You need expensive equipment to verify gold's purity. You can verify Bitcoin's entire supply and transaction history yourself on a cheap computer. Bitcoin wins decisively. The final score is overwhelmingly in Bitcoin's favor. I know what you're thinking, but Bitcoin is volatile and gold is stable. Let's talk about that. Yes, Bitcoin is volatile. But let's zoom out. Since its creation, Bitcoin has been the best performing asset of the last decade. It's better than stocks, real estate, bonds, everything. Gold, in real terms, it has underperformed inflation over the last 40 years. Volatility also decreases with adoption. Bitcoin is volatile because it's still new. Its market cap is around $800 billion, while gold's is over $13 trillion. As Bitcoin grows, its volatility will naturally decrease, a trend we're already seeing. So if Bitcoin is mathematically superior, why do people still worship gold? The first reason is tradition. We trust what we know. Your grandfather owned gold. He didn't own Bitcoin. But tradition isn't a strategy. A century ago, people thought horses were essential. Then cars happened. The second reason is our bias for physical things. People trust what they can touch. But here's the irony. Most gold owners don't actually hold physical gold. They own paper gold, like ETFs or certificates. They're already trusting digital systems. They just don't realize it. The third reason is institutional inertia. Central banks hold gold because, well, they've always held gold. But this is starting to change. Countries are adopting Bitcoin as legal tender. Pension funds and major corporations are allocating parts of their balance sheets to it. The shift is happening. Slowly, then all at once. And finally, there's fear of the unknown. What if the internet goes down? If the global internet goes down, we have much bigger problems than Bitcoin. The entire financial system would collapse. Gold won't save you either. Good luck buying food with a gold bar in that scenario. What if governments ban it? China banned Bitcoin mining, but Bitcoin didn't care. The network just moved to other countries, proving its resilience. So, is Bitcoin better than gold? By nearly every objective measure. Why ease? It's more scarce, more portable, more divisible, more verifiable, and more censorship resistant. Gold's only real advantage is its long history. But the world changes. The best technology, not the oldest, eventually wins. We've digitized our communication, our entertainment, and our money transfers. Why wouldn't we digitize our ultimate store of value? Here's the uncomfortable truth. You don't have to like Bitcoin. You don't have to buy it. But ignoring Bitcoin because gold has always been money is like ignoring email in 1995 because letters have always been communication. The world moves forward with or without you. The choice is yours. Cling to 5,000 years of tradition or embrace 15 years of mathematical proof. One is a rock we dug out of the ground. The other is the most secure, decentralized, and scarce asset humanity has ever created. History will remember which one we chose. If this video challenged how you think about money, hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the financial systems we rarely question. Drop a comment below. Are you Team Gold or Team Bitcoin? Let's have a real debate. Thanks for watching.